हाय एवरीवन। सो ये वीडियो थोड़ी अलग है। मैं आपको बताने वाला हूँ कि आपको अपना पैसा कैसे स्पेंड करना चाहिए। आई नो दिस साउंड्स रियली फनी एंड रियली weird, but just see the complete video and I'm sure you're gonna love this. My name is Samvik Thakur. You're watching Chat with Samvik. Thinking I'm really crazy talking about how to spend money, right? But no, that is actually very necessary. And I'm not sure if you have seen my previous video. I'll leave the link in the description below. That was regarding how to be financially basically independent, right? So the first thing that should be in your mind is how to spend money wisely, right? There's a very thin line between spending and wasting money, and today we're going to learn that, right? Before we learn that, let us understand कि जो वॉरेन बफे बोलते हैं, राइट, कि पूरी दुनिया समझती है और जो हमको समझाया जाता है कि इनकम माइनस एक्सपेंडिचर इज इक्वल्स टू सेविंग्स, वहाँ वॉरेन बफे बोलते हैं कि बेसिकली इनकम माइनस सेविंग्स इज एक्सपेंडिचर, राइट? बट दैट बेसिकली मेक्स यू अ माइजर कि भाई अगर हम कमा रहे हैं और खर्चा ही नहीं कर पा रहे तो व्हाट्स द पॉइंट ऑफ having an income altogether, right? So we're going to talk about कि actually वो thin line क्या है जो एक पैसे को एक्सपेंड करने से वेस्ट करने में जो डिफरेंस है हम बेसिकली वो समझने जा रहे हैं। तो सबसे पहले इसको हम एग्जांपल से समझेंगे, ठीक है? अंडरस्टैंडिंग द नेसेसिटी फॉर समथिंग इज़ एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट ओवर हियर, ठीक है? फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम जूते की बात करें, ठीक है, जो जूते होते हैं मेरे लिए उसमें दो नेसेसिटी सर्व करते हैं। पहला ये कि वो बहुत ही हल्के होने चाहिए, ठीक है? इफ़ यू लाइक heavy shoes, that's completely fine, that's your opinion and you can let me know in the comment section below, but I like my shoes very light, right? Second, they should be extremely comfortable because I wear them for long term. तो ये दो चीज़ें। now what I own is literally a 600 rupees DMart shoes, right? I don't spend like 5,000 10,000 rupees in my shoes, right? And the reason that is because I'm really not towards apparels. You can see I'm wearing the same shirt for 3 videos, but that is because I have shot all of them within a day, right? Don't judge me. So yeah, so jokes apart, like I don't like spending my money on apparels, right? Whereas, right, I own this particular keyboard, right? If you could see, it's not just colors, but yeah, it's beautiful too. So this is a 4.5 thousand rupees keyboard, right? So now you can say ki instead of like saving money over there, I could have saved over here. Like I buy 600 rupees shoe and then buy a 4.5 thousand rupees keyboard. What's the use? So basically I spend 10 to 12 hours coding on this particular thing, right? Now that's whatever I work in should be really perfect for me, right? Like half of my life is going to be spent in those things, like working and all those stuff, and I program for almost 10 to 12 hours a day, right? So this is something of a necessity to me, ठीक है? तो this is completely justified for me. I like to have gadgets all around me. I own a smartwatch. I do these things. So like I really spend money over here. What I don't like to spend is on my apparels, and that's completely fine, right? So there's a very fine boundary between the need and the necessity and basically wasting your money. That is first thing you should understand. Taking the second example would be car and home, right? If you see around here, India has this concept of beating your neighbor, right? Proving that you are a level above your neighbors, you're a level above your friends. I don't know why this particular theory or the concept exists in Indian minds, and this is there, right? So if a friend is owning a 10 lakh car, right, you want to own a 12 lakh car or at least 10 lakh car, not below that. But for me, like understanding from my perspective, and that can be different from yours, that is perfectly fine, that if I have a car, the point of to have a car is like moving from point A to point B, right? If that is being justified, I don't like matter it's a 6 lakh or a 10 lakh car or 20 lakh car or a 1 crore car, right? Obviously there comes a scenario where you actually are extremely interested in cars, right? Like you have been working your whole life to own a Lamborghini. Now that's completely justified to expend amount, but if your reason is just to beat your friends or your neighbors in having the most expensive car, then that is really not a justified expense. Then that is basically a depreciating asset. You're investing more in a depreciating asset, which is really gonna cost you a fortune, but really not end up anywhere, because there's no satisfaction or there's no stopping a comparative mindset, right? First initially there would be a car, then it will be a house, and then it will be something else. So don't spend money in these things is what my idea is, right? The another thing that comes is education, right? Education is probably the best investment you're ever gonna make. If you want to buy a book, right, don't think twice before buying the book. If you really want to read it, just go and buy it, right? A book might cost you $500, $600, $1,000. That's like going once, twice, or 3 times out a week for dinner, or like for having snacks with your friend, or going to a cafe, right? So just buy a book if you really want, right? Spending money or courses you're doing, if you really want to understand something, and if you're really in the jeopardy of whether I should invest in a course or not, go for it. You're anyways gonna waste that money, right? So like spend it wisely, use it for over here, right? So that would be my perspective. Now then you might say that, okay, I am saying, and who am I? So let's hear someone who's really what I will say is respected by all of us, Mark Cuban. Let's hear what Mark Cuban has to say, right?
Hi, I'm Mark Cuban, and I'm about to give you some advice on how to be just a little bit richer than you are today. I used to love to walk through bookstores when there were bookstores everywhere, and if there's something that caught my eye, and I thought it can give me one idea, to spend $30 to give one idea that could help propel me, make my businesses better, it was a bargain. The Only Investment Guide You'll Ever Need by Andrew Tobias used to get me all fired up. I'll read hours every day because all it takes is one little thing to propel.
So I hope this make things clear, right? So anything basically that imparts wisdom, right, to you is worth your investment anytime, like literally any time of the day, right? And okay, so once you have this, now third thing is plan your big investment. आपका मन कर रहा है आपने कल जाके कार खरीद ली, घर खरीद लिया, ऐसा नहीं होता. प्लान ए बिग इन्वेस्टमेंट. आई नो आफ्टर 5 years 6 years I'll need a car, right? Start planning from now on. Maybe have a simple mutual fund out there, right? And spend, like, invest small amount of money. I'm not asking you to spend a huge amount. Spend an extremely small amount of money into that particular mutual fund, at like in that for like say 5 years. Even if you're able to grow it at 15%, you're gonna have a whole sum of money without taking a huge loan, or like having those things. You can have a very big down payment directly, and then take a very small loan for a particular car, or a big expense that you might have, be it marriage, be it buying a house or anything. Plan your big investment. If big investments are thoroughly planned, what they do is they put less stress on your bank, your mind, and everything, right? So plan a big investment. That makes a lot of things easier, right? Buying a car might delay buying a house for 5 years 6 years, but if they're very well planned, the years can be limited to 2 or 3, right? And that is the power of planning out your big expenses. And finally, live a life, like really, like all we're earning money is to basically spend, right? There's no point of like just sitting on your money. So the way I think this is, $1 billion in a bank and 0 in happiness is nothing, like it's useless. So have that money, spend them wisely, but do spend on things that you really want to do, like be it anything that makes you happy. Do spend your money on that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to leave a like and a comment, and share this with your friends, whoever you think this might be useful for, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Till then, see you in the next video. Bye.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to